Welcome to our instructional series on training your chest muscle. Now, what you're going to notice is that the chest is a very important muscle group and is relatively large. Now, we try to break down the chest into 4 major parts: the upper, lower, inner, and outer. And so what we want to do is target various exercises to train each of these different regions of the chest. I want to start with the upper chest. Now, the upper chest is oftentimes neglected by new trainees. It's very important because it's the upper chest that actually gives you the illusion of size and depth. Okay, so it's very important to work on your upper chest muscles. In fact, the upper chest muscles tend to be a little bit harder to develop and grow. What you find is that most new trainees, they start off with the bench press, the dumbbell or barbell, and their primary concern is to push a lot of weight. Our primary concern is not moving a lot of weight, but rather it's chest development. So again, we're going to start off with an incline dumbbell bench press. We're going to roll back into the bench. You're going to position the elbows parallel to the ground, and you're going to push the weights directly up and over. Remember, you want to keep the emphasis on the upper chest. Again, some quick tips. Definitely try and arch your back, press it into the bench, drop your shoulders back and down. What that's going to do is help to keep your upper chest elevated. Now remember, if you want to target the outer portion of the pecs while executing this movement, just go 3/4 of the way up. Again, not bringing the elbows back too far. By not extending all the way out and up, you're going to target that outer portion of your chest muscles. One of the things you're going to notice is that when you don't lock out on the exercise, it keeps constant tension on the muscle that you're training. And remember, don't drop the elbow too far back because you're going to cause additional strain and wear and tear on your shoulders. So just go to the parallel to the floor, and that should give you enough stretch for that particular muscle group. Okay? Again, you want to contract at the top portion of the movement, and again, most importantly, don't lock out. All right? There you have it. But this time, instead of taking a palms out grip on the dumbbell, we're actually going to do a palms in grip. So again, roll back into the bench, position your arms almost as if they're in an L, elbows parallel to the ground. You're going to push the weights up and in. Get that nice strong contraction at the top portion of the movement. Now keep in mind, this is not a fly. It's a palms in bench press. Again, since you're on the incline, you'll be targeting the upper chest. All right? Now the next movement is also going to be, of course, for the upper chest, but this time it's going to be a fly. Now you're going to notice that there's a subtle difference between the fly and the palms in bench press. One of the things you definitely want to do is make sure that you maintain an arc as you position your hands and as you squeeze above your head and bring the dumbbells together. Almost like you're hugging a tree, or probably it's nicer if you're actually hugging a person. So you're going to make believe you're giving your best friend a big hug. All right? Again, roll back into the bench, put the dumbbells in place, but this time I'm going to slightly extend my arms, and then I'm going to contract them in. Maintain a slight bend in my elbow, okay? Just like I said, you're making believe that you're giving your best friend a hug. Now this is not only going to work the upper chest, but it's also going to work the outer portion of the chest as well. Again, this is an incline fly. Now the next movement is also for the upper chest, but what you're going to notice is that the bench is now flat. But I'm going to target my upper chest by rotating my wrists, and my palms are actually going to be facing me. This is called a reverse grip bench press. I'm going to use dumbbells. Of course, you can use barbells with all the movements that I just showed you for the upper chest. Okay, so gently roll back into the bench. You're going to rotate your palms so that they're facing you, And then now you're gonna press the weights up and above. Now looking at it, you would think, gosh, that really looks like he's targeting his lower chest. But the very act of reversing the grip and using this palms facing you grip or reverse grip, it's actually gonna target and place a lot of emphasis and tension on your upper chest. It's a great movement, all right? Again, you don't need to bring the elbows too far behind you. And once again, don't lock out at the top portion of the movement. All right, great job. And here you have it. We selected some great exercises for targeting the upper chest. We're gonna start off with a flat bench press. So we're gonna grab the dumbbells, we're gonna gently roll back into the bench. We're gonna position our elbows parallel to the ground, and then we're gonna press directly up without locking out. Now a little trick that you can use if you're targeting your outer pectoral region, what you want to do is don't go all the way up. You actually want to use a 3/4 movement. And this is going to put more emphasis on your outer pectoral region while at the same time working the lower portion. Again, remember, if you're doing a flat bench press and you want to target the outer pecs, go 3/4 of the way up. And that's going to also work the outer pecs. Okay, our next movement is going to be a fly. We're going to keep the bench flat. We're going to roll back, arch your back, slight bend in the elbow, and then you're going to expand your arms out, parallel to the ground, and bring them back in. You don't have to necessarily make the dumbbells touch, but don't go too far back on the fly, because this will put unnecessary stress on your shoulders. Okay, make sure you pick a weight that's appropriate so that you're not struggling or not putting undue stress on those shoulders. All right, get a nice strong contraction at the top part of the movement. And there you have it, another great exercise for your lower chest. Now, another excellent exercise that you can do to target the lower chest is a dip. Now, at some gyms you may have parallel bars, or you may have a dip machine, or you may have an apparatus such as this, which is called the rack. Now what this is going to allow me to do is dips for the lower portion of my chest. You take a nice sturdy grip on the handle, slightly tilt your body forward, and then lower towards the ground. Don't lock all the way out, and you don't want to go too far down to the ground, because again, this is going to place unnecessary stress on your shoulders. And there you have it. Now, the next chest exercise that we're going to execute is the push-up. Now, a lot of you think that the push-up, oh, it's such a common exercise, but really it's a great mass builder as well. And it's an excellent exercise to incorporate into your chest routine to intensify your pump at the end of the workout. Now, some other facts that you may want to be aware of is the fact that, remember, when you're doing a push-up, you're not only working your chest muscles, but you're also working your frontal delts, and you're also working your triceps. So remember, the push-up is a great exercise, guaranteed to deliver some beneficial results. All right, now, let's talk about execution. Now, make sure when you're doing your push-up, keep your back straight, core tight, keep your head facing forward, but don't let it dip too far down to the ground. You want to keep pretty much looking straight ahead, and then you want to execute it in a nice, smooth fashion. Remember, you want to keep your back straight at all times. You don't want to let that back muscle dip down. Now remember, by changing the positioning of your hands, you can target different portions of the chest. The further out I put my hands facing, I'm going to work more of the outer pectoral region. The closer in I put my hand space in, that's going to work more of the inside of the chest muscle, the inner chest, and it's also going to put a little bit more emphasis on your tricep. Now, we talked about doing push-ups to stimulate chest growth. Another variation of the push-ups that you may want to consider is doing an elevated push-ups. This is a push-up where we elevate our feet, place them on a bench or a tall step, and this places a little bit more emphasis on the upper portion of your chest. Again, you'll also be working your triceps and your shoulders as well. Let me show you what that's going to look like. Carefully place your hands on the ground, place your feet behind you, again on a bench or step, back straight, core tight, and then you want to execute the movement. Again, hand placing, very important here. You can target different portions of the muscle by changing the spacing of your hands. All right, great job, and there you have it. All right, let's do a quick wrap up on effective chest training. First, remember, if you're using dumbbells or a barbell, form is important. Make sure you arch your back so that your chest actually comes up and out. Drop your elbows. Again, this is going to help to elevate your chest and take the emphasis off of your frontal deltoids. Because what normally happens is a lot of us go through a nice bench pressing routine, working our chest, and all of a sudden, the first thing that fails is our frontal delts. And the reason why is because we're not emphasizing the muscle that we're training. So again, to ensure that you're getting proper execution of each and all movements for your chest, you want to drop your elbows, arch your back, and then push through the movement. This is going to ensure that you get proper chest training. Also, if you want to work the outside portion of your pectoral muscles, you want to take a grip that's nice and wide, and you only want to execute 3/4 of the movement. This will emphasize that outer portion of your deltoid, and you'll get some good development there. Finally, remember, when training your chest, the upper portion of the chest is in fact the most important. The lower half of the chest, or your lower pectoral regions, will tend to grow rather rapidly. The upper chest is more difficult to get to grow. So you really want to channel all your energies into training that upper portion of the chest. In fact, some people like to train those first in their routine. That way they're freshest and strongest. Again, remember, contract, squeeze the muscle, that'll etch in that extra detail. All right, thank you for joining us on today's session on chest training.